welcome to my 22-23 talk show. Today my guest, Ekene.
Ekene, good morning. Nice to meet you. I'm glad to be here.
He's a Tottenham fan, I'm a Chelsea fan, so it could get a bit awkward.
Really can.
We're going to be going for our team of the season this year, starting from the goal. Do you want to go first?
Who I would put in goal would probably Robert Sanchez. I think he's been very good. Obviously, he's very good on the ball, which really helps for a ball playing team like Brighton, which helped them play from the back, etc.
I'm going to go for Nick Pope from Newcastle. I think kept the most clean sheets. Doesn't put a foot wrong. I won't say he's the most ball playing keeper, but he does his job, keeps the ball out of the net. And Newcastle probably the toughest team in the league to get a goal.
Yeah, I feel the same.
We're going to move on to the left back position.
For my left back, I'll put Dan Burn. Obviously, it kind of goes into what you said about Newcastle. You know, I think they're one of the hardest teams to score a goal against, which also, like Nick Pope, Dan Burn obviously helps to that as well. He's a very tough left back to get around because of his tall frame. So, yeah, that's why he gets it for me.
For me, it was between Dan Burn and the player I went for, Estupinian. I feel like he came in and I think he suits Brighton's play more than Cucurella was, and I think no one thought they could upgrade from Cucurella, but they have. And when he came, no one thought he was going to be as good as he has, but I'd say that he scores a few goals, gets assists, gets high up the pitch.
Who would you say fits more, Cucurella or Estupinian?
I got Estupinian. I feel like he's better with the ball at his feet, and I think he's also a better defender. I think Cucurella was only good to a certain extent, but I don't think he got as involved in the goals as much as Estupinian.
Yeah, I agree.
So for the right back position, we'd probably have gone the same person. There's only one option.
Has to be Kieran Trippier, right?
Yeah, anyone but Kieran Trippier is wrong in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's by far been the best right back in the league. Captain of that Newcastle defence that don't concede many goals.
Set pieces, leadership, what more can you ask for your captain?
And when he don't play, Newcastle look completely worse in defence, so it shows how important he is to them. Right. Now into the centre-back position, the right centre-back, who you got?
I put John Stones. You know, I feel like he's just had a very good season. He was really like looked upon because obviously the appointment of Akanji, another top-class centre-back, which it really competition. I feel like competition really makes them thrive, and that's one of the reasons why Manchester City excels above a lot of the rest.
I've gone for Ruben Diaz. I think captain of Man City. When De Bruyne ain't playing, is that right?
Yeah, so I think they switch captain a lot.
Yeah, well, joint captain, and I'd say. And he's just a leader from the back. You don't really see anyone getting past him or catching him out. And he's quite young, people forget that. He's only 24, 25.
Crazy.
And he's come to the Premier League and they've won 3 Premier Leagues in a row. I don't think he's won a season where he ain't won the league since he came. It just shows like how revolutionary he's been to that team. Who you gone for your left centre?
I'll go for Lisandro Martinez. I think the reason why mostly, especially like just a lot of top pundits, for example, even Jamie Carragher, he doubted him a lot due to the physicality of the Prem and because Martinez has such a short frame. So like I think he's only 5'9". So in the world's most physical league, people would normally look down on that, because a lot of the centre backs are normally bigger and stronger, but I feel like his aggression and how good he is on the ball really helped him fit into that Manchester United team, especially having working with a manager that he already knew before he came to Manchester United.
Yeah, I agree with Martinez. Everyone was saying he can get caught out with his height, but he jumps high. He's probably more physical than most of the centre backs in the league. I'd say that his tenacity makes up for more than his height and what people were saying at the beginning of the season. But I went with Saliba. He's come from on loan. He's only young. No one thought he was going to be this good. And I think Arsenal fans were quite hopeful, but I don't think they actually believed he'd be this good. And when he got injured, the whole team fell apart. They ain't been the same. That's what cost them the title, I'd say.
Yeah, I think William Saliba, I agree with that. He would probably be on my top 2 as well, because I feel like just having him there gave them a sense of stability, and also with the type of way they play out from the back, he's very comfortable on the ball. So which really helps them play out from the back and start attacking from there.
I feel like he has everything. He composed, quick, strong, tall. You know, he got everything you want in a modern day centre. Moving on to the midfield, for right centre mid, who you got?
Right centre mid, I'll say Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne, he's a very good player. Everyone knows that. He's ranked over 16 assists. You know, he worked very well with Erling Haaland, which really set Rich. When you put two world-class players together, that's going to happen. So, and I feel like he does it week in, week out, and season in, season out. So, how could you not put him?
Yeah, I agree with you. I've put De Bruyne as well. No, Haaland definitely wouldn't have got anywhere near amount of goals without De Bruyne. He scores important goals. I know he's scoring at Real Madrid. I know it's not Premier League, but still shows this calibre of player he is to score important goals. Very clutch player. What else you got in centre mid?
I put McAllister. I feel like he's been very good, especially a lot of people after the mid-season World Cup, they kind of plummeted their stats because a lot of people, they really prioritise their country, but I feel like he prioritises both, and he really surprised me, to be fair, especially his set-piece ability. He scored quite a few free kicks that I've watched, and yeah, he's a very good player. Really surprised me, I must say.
Yeah, I agree with you about the World Cup and coming back, and players weren't playing as well, but he's kept it up, he's formed before. And no one expected him to be playing for Argentina when he was there starting. I've gone for Martin Odegaard for Arsenal though. I think it was a close one, but I feel like Odegaard's improved a lot since last season. He weren't creating as much chances, he weren't scoring as much goals. I know he scored 2 against Chelsea, so I know how good he can be, and he does come up with some very important goals, and he's so important to an Arsenal player.
Yeah, sure.
For the right wing position, I feel like there's one option, maybe two, but
I'd say Saka, right?
yeah. Got to be Saka, innit?
Makes sense.
Who wouldn't have Saka on their team? I think I see a stat, and he scored the most equalising goals this season. So it shows like how important he is to that Arsenal team, always scoring clutch goals. And I think he missed a pen against West Ham, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to overshadow the season. People call him a bottle job, but I feel like it was more unlucky.
Yeah, it was more unlucky. I feel like I picked him because, especially compared to last season, I think he was getting a lot of assists, but not all of his goals were being converted. But this season, he really showed that he could do it both, and he's just such a young lad, and he's really putting his team on his shoulders. So there wouldn't be a reason for me to not put him. I can't say anything bad about him.
Yeah, I think he's one of the most promising young players in the league by far, and he seems to have everything you'd want in a winger. The left wing position, I've got Marcus Rashford, and a lot of people were saying that he weren't going to be good this season and saying that he was washed up, but he's just come back to prove the haters wrong. He's more clinical than ever. He rarely misses a good chance, and compared to last season, he looks like a completely different player.
Yeah, I agree. Firstly, I put Cairo Matoma, but obviously I could have put Rashford as well because, yeah, special mention to him. He really showed people that with high confidence, you can exceed your high expectations. So, yeah, that's one thing that I learned from Rashford. But Cairo Matoma, I feel like he improved me a lot. He impressed me a lot because he just came back from loan mid-season last season. I wasn't really seeing him score that many goals or getting in the assists. Normally I just saw him doing well with his dribbling, but I feel like he put all of that together and he's really turned into such a fan favourite for Brighton.
Yeah. I feel like over the next few years he might turn into a streets won't forget player. One of them like Payet and Balassi.
Yeah.
Hopefully his career comes to more than that though, because
Yeah,
I think he just needs to improve his shooting a bit.
I feel the same.
He might become a world-class player. We've got 2 strikers. Who's your 2 strikers?
Has to be Harry Kane and Erling Haaland. For the reason why I chose Harry Kane, I feel like his season's been very overshadowed. He's really had a world-class season. Scored 28 goals, but people haven't really realised that because of Haaland obviously breaking a record. But I think he's done very well in a bad form team, a team that doesn't really keep possession a lot, and he's really won a lot of games for them. So I feel like he definitely deserves a spot. For Erling Haaland, everyone knows he's broken a record now. He's so consistent. I think he got over 4 hat-tricks as well in the Premier League, which is another crazy stat on his first season as well. So, yeah, he's just world class.
I've gone for the exact same series you. I feel like everyone would have. Harry Kane, I feel like his season's been overshadowed a bit, to be honest, because of Erling Haaland. 28 goals, any other season, that's a guaranteed golden boot. Like, it's crazy, in that Tottenham team,
Right.
he creates his own chances and gets 28 goals. There's not really any other player this season that performed that well for Tottenham.
True.
And Haaland, what's he on, 35 goals now?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he got 8 assists with that as well, which is more than Paul Scholes ever got in any season.
Wow.
8 assists. So he's not just a goal scorer, he can chip in and help get assists.
No.
And I'm terrified what he can do next year. He's only adapting to the Premier League this year.
Lord knows.
To me, that's crazy.
Just have your teams in your prayers.
Yeah, I feel like when Haaland don't score for one game, everyone's more surprised
Right.
that he ain't scored. For that,
Amazing.
a player to have that is terrifying. We're going to do a manager this season. Have you got anyone you give manager to?
Ooh, there's a lot of players there's a lot of managers I can have, you know. There's Pep Guardiola, there's Eric Ten Hag.
Even Silva. I feel
Yeah, Marco Silva.
like people tipping him to go down.
Right. Aston Villa manager. A lot of players who's a Brighton manager as well, you know. He came mid-season and really got them a European spot. But I would say it's a very tough one, you know. It's a very tough one. I'll say Unai Emery, you know.
Yeah, he did change for the season.
Yeah, I feel like when he came in, they were in a relegation battle. Even though it was quite early in the season to say so, but I feel like he's done very well. Got them in a Conference League position right now, ahead of teams like Tottenham, ahead of teams like Chelsea, and no one was expecting that before the season. You know, he came all the way from Spain with a bit of Premier League knowledge, and he already had a good team at Villarreal, but he came all the way back to the Prem for more of a competition, and he must love the English football culture, and he really adapted to it and really got them in a good position.
He's got the best out of their players as well. Like Ollie Watkins wasn't really scoring before he came in. Moreno at left back, gone under the radar. Yeah, and he's not been afraid to drop players like Coutinho when they're not performing. Most other managers wouldn't have done that.
Star player as well, right?
Yeah. I'm going to have to go for Brighton's De Zerbi though. The way they're playing, I think they play best football in the league for me. I think yesterday, we're just filming after the Brighton-Man City game, they had 20 shots against Man City.
Wow.
Like, what other team does that?
I thought only Tottenham did that.
That's one thing you can boast about as a Tottenham fan. But I'm going to have to go to Zerbi. The way they play is great. Next season, depending on if they don't lose certain players, they could even finish higher. You never know, but I think it's all about keeping the players for them. And I hope they do well. I like them as a club. Thanks for watching my podcast.
Thank you.
And enjoy the next one.